Welcome to episode 1 of Grimdark Fanatics. My name's Gommo and I'm joined here by Cam, which you would have seen on this channel already because he pretty much started it. Cam the Dentist.
I did rip it off you though, didn't I?
Yeah. And yeah, as you would have seen, guys, we are basically delving into Tale of Two Gamers, at least from my point of view, prepping for 11th edition 40k. And so I grabbed Cam and said, let's get on the mic and basically start chatting a little bit of 40k. Just for those who haven't, obviously don't know who I am, my name's Gommo. I started Old World Fanatics, which is a big Old World podcast YouTube channel, but I know really nothing about 40k. I mean, I know the game and the obviously the lore, and I love Heresy, but I have probably can say I've virtually never rolled a dice in a 40k game. At least, yeah, if you exclude playing as a 14-year-old. So I'm coming from like, I like it. It looks cool from the outside. I haven't really done much. And then there's you, Cam, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yes, well, I'm Cam. I am a 40k player, but I started with Old World and fantasy back in the day, and then met Gommo at an Old World tournament, and he came over for a game, and then he's like, "Oh, you got 40k?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like, I've been trying to get into it. I'm like, "Oh, let's do it."
Yeah, basically.
So it's taken about 12 months. No, it's more than that. It's like 2 years of peer pressure.
Yeah, basically. I think it's totally the 11th coming. It's the combination of 11th edition being announced again and the contents of the 11th edition box set. So that's probably done it for me, which we'll get into as we chat about that. But and so we thought we'd kick this off. Like obviously I said, Cam's done a bunch of, how many bat reps are on this channel?
I don't know, 10 or 12. I'm not sure.
Oh, see, that's awesome, man. I need to. Hopefully, I will be on there at some point.
Yeah, that'd be good. The viewing numbers are not massive. It seems to be mostly for a few of our mates and a few of that kind of stuff. But it's been fun because I got into bat riffing because of you. You came over to play some Old World, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like, I want to record it. I'm like, yeah, okay, it looks fun.
Yeah.
And then I started doing it with my 40k friends, and they just said, "Hey, let's get more serious with it." And what was really funny was everyone's like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it." No one was full of shame. They're like, "Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's have a go."
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's been fun and tinkering with video editing. It's just been a new sort of extra bit of the hobby when you don't feel like painting or your wife staring.
Yeah, and you've been known now as our Battle Report executive producer on Old World Fanatics channel, just because like even if you're not playing, we're using whatever you've been coming up with.
I've got some good stuff in the pipeline. I just got to get through some study first. I can't.
Yeah, but I've got some, life's busy. Well, that's why I thought we'd do this. It's like short. It's fairly who knows? I ramble a lot, but basically the idea for this series is I am stealing it straight from Stu from Miniature Realms. Him and his mate have kicked off a series as well. They do well. Stu does a lot more Old World as well, but he's doing this feels like what I'm doing, which is starting to dip my toes back into it. So hopefully this is a good excuse. And this YouTube series plus Cam can hold me accountable to actually getting some stuff done and hopefully learning a little bit along the way and getting a game in. So, it's a Tale of Two Gamers. So Road to 11th edition. So I thought I've got some pics of where I've got to, but also I'm happy to talk a little bit of your hobby because I don't want to totally, take away from the stuff that you've already got things happening, and you've even got like games coming up and prepping. So it's not all just me getting ready for 11th. I think it should be a little bit about you. So, where do you want to start, Cam? Should we just start with why I haven't got into it or where I'm up to? Or
why I got into it and where you're up to. What faction you're playing? You haven't dropped that yet. So.
No, I haven't. Well, because the 11th edition has got, it's always got Space Marines, doesn't it? They would never do one without Space Marines.
No, I don't think so. They have to. Yeah.
I doubt it. But yeah, my first love in fantasy and 40k has been Orks. And I've even been known to say a lot on Old World Fanatics that I feel like the 40k Ork and its theme and its story is actually better than, like, fantasy doesn't really have one. It's got Orks, but they're real bit sort of Middle-earthish, but not Middle-earthish. And whereas I feel like Orks in 40k really have a unique, like, sort of story with them, and they're fun, and just all the fun stuff about their machines work because they just believe they're going to work and stuff like that. Like it's just got some cool stuff. And so I am going with some of my orcs, and
they're looking good.
So the funny thing is, I tried to do this for 10th edition, so. Because Old World was coming out, like when Fantasy died, not to go too long on this, I just fucking didn't play a game. Like I tried Ninth Age, which is a community thing that came out after Fantasy died. But I just basically walked away and went, this is fucked. I'm not playing Games Workshop stuff. I didn't burn my armies, but, I was pretty jaded. And then... but over time, and obviously when they said squares are coming back, I started to play a bit of 6th edition fantasy. And then, but at the same time, you want new stuff, you want to paint, you want to, play. And so I was going to the UK when they were launching the 40K 10th edition at Manchester at Warhammer Fest, I think it was. And so I got a ticket to that, went to there, bought some stuff, started to paint some orcs. That's about as far as I got, as you can see on the screen. I can zoom in a minute. That's about as far as I got. So I didn't play a game, didn't finish building. I bought a lot of shit, but I haven't put it on the table.
As a gamer hobbyist, that's really impressive to have painted that much without the motivation of a game to get to. You know what I mean? I've got a few things that are either primed or grey because they're objectively crap in both fantasy and 40K. I'm like, I'll paint them one day. I just bought them because I'm an addict, right?
Yeah.
So I think unless there's very few things out there that I'm really just going to paint for the love of it. So that's really impressive. You got, I don't know, they're orcs that put like only 100 points.
Yeah, exactly. There's not a lot. There's like the 2 boxes of, 1 box of boys and there's a pain boy. I can't remember the difference between a pain boy and a, what's the other one? There's 2.
Weird boy?
The weird boy is, I think, the wizard dude,
one.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's a pain boy and a something
Mech
else.
Boy.
Something. Anyway, I've got this guy. I've got the other one too, but I haven't painted him. And then the beast boss dude, and then some of these beast snaggers. And some, this is where I started reading the book and realizing, I need some objective things. So I bought 2 boxes of these guys and only painted 1. But that's, like I said, that's as far as I got. And at the same time too, coming back into the hobby, contrast paints were totally new to me. I didn't know anything about them. They didn't exist when I was playing in 8th edition fantasy. And so this was my go at just going, I'll just contrast it mostly, so that's what I've been playing around with. But I haven't painted much. This was done 2 years ago. So I need to start deciding if I want to stay with this or adjust stuff. Obviously my painting in fantasy's gone a long way, but I just have to work out what I want to do here. But they're good enough and they look pretty cool, and I just need to work out a full palette to carry over, because the boys, you can see here there's a couple of different skin tones because I was trying different stuff. But I'm going fast and quick but look okay. So that's sort of what I want to do. I don't want to go too
you've got to have
crazy.
A lot of lads to paint, so I think that's probably
exactly.
a good strategy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I did, started undercoating some older boys. And this is the other thing, they're going to bring new boys out again, aren't they? Another set of new boys. And I'm like, how many? Yeah, I've got a bunch here, but how many do I want to actually go ahead and paint? Knowing that I'll probably get new ones. I don't know.
Yeah, if you've got some stuff to tinker around with, it's fine. There's things that aren't going to change, you could buy some of the cooler stuff to paint.
I do have. Yes, I've got Gazgul. I've got mech. What are they called? I love the. Fuck, what are they called? What's the dudes that hang out with Gazgul, Thraka? The Meganobs?
The Meganobs.
Yeah, they look pretty cool. I don't know.
I think they might. There's rumors going that they're going to get a refresh. They might be coming in the starter box.
Of them. This is the problem. So I've got them. I've got. I've got. I'll need to get. I've got 1 truck. Probably get a couple of trucks, stuff like that, and I've got knobs, and I've got. I do have other stuff. Yeah, the tank killers. No, what are they called? Tank busters.
Now, my knowledge of knobs.
Killer cans.
Oh yeah.
They look pretty cool. They look like a garbage bin, but they look cool. So yeah. And I've got commandos and stuff, and actually I'll go to that in a minute. I've got the boss of that guy. What's his name?
Yeah.
Called Snick or something. Yeah, that guy. And I'm actually trying this new method of skin stuff, going the purple purple to a light and then trying the contrast over him. So I'm going to see how he. So it is a little bit more involved than what I did on the other ones, but I just want to play around with it, just see what the purple undercoat did with the contrast paint. So I am playing around still with skin tones as you do with as an orc person, but that's where I got to, man. So I don't know. That's what I've got.
Nice.
Now I've got to learn what else I should build versus obviously not knowing what's coming. And like I said, who cares? Just paint an army, like it'll be useful.
With 11th edition, everything they're talking about online is that it's just going to be incremental changes. It's not going to be what 9th to 10th was, where they just basically threw out
Index
everything. So there's even a chance you get 1,000 points together, and then we just play a little game. It'll take 90 minutes or so, and then that way you're going to get some of the concept, because you're going to have these instinctual things that you're going to do because of old world and how it works with how the dice rolls and how certain movements are. There's a lot of things that are the same.
Yeah,
they're just going to have these moments of like, okay, I'm going to charge you, I'm going to flee. Like, no, you can't do that. But like, something like that, where you're just like, I just lost combat really badly. What happens? Nothing. That sort of stuff. But I have the same things when I'm playing old world. Like, I failed that roll. See here. Oh wait, can't do that.
Yeah.
It's just
a lot less re-rolls.
Yeah. Or I'll try to work out how hits and wounds are. So it's and you have a giggle and have a go at that. So
yeah, that should be good. So that's the thing. I feel like it's not like I've got like 80 boys sitting there. Like I feel like I've got 30 or something, and then another pack of beast boys. So I'm like, I'm going to use them even if I end up with 30 more orc boys. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. Yeah. And then obviously, some heavier stuff should be enough, and then have a play around. Obviously, I've never really built a full. I mean, I've played around with the list builders, but I don't know what. I mean, geez, at this point, even for 1,000 points, I probably just want to bring stuff that looks cool to paint initially. Get my ass kicked a few times, and then go, okay, now I know what I need to take.
With 40k, because it's different old world again, they refresh it every 3 months, which
that's right. Yeah,
I find maybe a tad soon. I kind of feel like 4 months would be better, but I'm going to get flamed on that. Then also, what is good is something really egregious comes out that is completely broken. They'll get to it and fix it fairly quickly.
Yeah.
So you might have this really cool truck or killer can or whatever it is, and then it's crap, and then it goes away for a couple of months, and then a rule changes, and they want to let's drop its points, and it comes back into contention again. So your army is a bit in flux, which is good and annoying, because I'm at the point with my old world army where it's kind of sort of got high elves. It's like, well, that's the build, and that's all there is. Whereas with 40k, it does change a lot, and you sort of new missions and new things like that. So you do get swept up in that side of things, which is a lot of fun. In its own challenge, you're building new lists to stuff that comes out all the time. So
I mean, I'm a little scared of that, because it's hard enough even in old world to know the whole meta. Like, yes, you're right. Now it's after 2 years, it starts settling down a bit. But I'll still go play an army, and I'm like, I don't know what that does. But 40k's got like twice as many, if not more, factions. And then like you said, it changes every 3 months, because I do follow the podcast. I listen to stuff. I just never played it, and I'm like, so I sort of get the general vibe of stuff, and then but I have no idea what anything does. Like I know when people say, it's Gladius something, whatever, for Space Marines. I'm like, I heard that, but I don't know what it is.
If you can work out complicated charges and multi-flank combats, you'll be fine. It'll be okay. You'll take like a duck to water, and it sounds worse than it is, and it generally equates to fun. Right, which is good. And even if you go, my army got nerfed, but I don't have any hobby time, you hang out a few months, and you're fine. And very few things are crushed into the absolute dust. It's just
that's good.
Generally speaking, there will be exceptions, but generally not everything is crushed into absolute dust. And you're just like, well, this is completely unplayable trash.
Okay. So, no, it's cool. And Orks have been pretty good by the look of them. I mean, obviously not I mean, well, like you said, there's probably different elements in 10th where they were top tier with some of the stuff that were putting out. But yeah.
At one point, they had the most broken army in the game.
Was that the Christmas one that came out? Or was
the DACA one.
I was following along with that.
Just every tournament was like DACA.
More DACA, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, yeah, so that's where I'm at with it, I guess. And yeah, that's a cool goal though. Like I should put together. I'll send you a few 1,000-point ideas. Plus, from what I've got, I was almost going to buy more crap off online this week, and I was like, I do have stuff to paint, Colin. You shouldn't have to. Don't buy more stuff before you're finished. Although I will. Anyway, so what are you like? Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm doing this towards 11th. So I've got a goal, but obviously you've got an army. And
I have a couple.
What do you play?
I play Tau. Shut up, everybody. But I also have Emperor's Children, which I actually started on the back of my Chaos Space Marine army. I was like, oh, that'd be sick. I can just buy a few things and I'll have an army. But Emperor's Children got released and they've got very few crossing over data sheets. So lots of chaos, but only very recently I picked up a Space Marine force, and I've been playing 40k effectively on and off since I was a very young kid because of older brothers. This is my first loyalist army. It's always I've had Tyranids, I've had chaos the whole time. Like chaos is usually my first love.
Pretty interesting because in Old World you play all.
I don't play all the good guys. I don't know, just the 40k. Maybe that's why all the 40k aesthetics. So I thought, well, bugger it. If I'm going to do a loyalist army for the first time, I may as well make it a bit of a hobby challenge. So I'm playing Imperial Fists. So I'm looking at your purple to start on your green, and that's just I'll do pink.
Yeah, well, that's pink with the yellow over it. Yeah, it works good.
Freaking brilliant. Oh, like it's so lazy, but it's so effective. I've been toying with how much I do the Zenithal, like more or less, to try and get the balance right and that kind of stuff. And
and that's the Imperial Fist contrast paint.
So it is airbrush. I did actually do a little video that I was going to post on the YouTube channel and then kind of got over it because I didn't know whether it's important that if you are a YouTube channel, you need to have a how to paint Imperial Fists video because they all have one.
Right, okay.
Or whether I should everybody's got one, but it feels like it's a rite of passage.
It's because historically yellow is just such a fucking shit to paint.
It is so
much better now.
So easy. It is from the airbrush. Like it is airbrush and contrast paints. And going back to our mate Miniature Realms, who I found one of his Instagram pages and it linked to him doing a review of this gallery or gallery, whatever it is. You get it from Amazon. In Australia, it's like 110 bucks. 100 bucks. It goes on sale sporadically and it's so good. I paid way more for a hash or something.
Yeah.
And
you can actually clean the bugger thing. It's so easy to clean. It's just everything comes apart. The nozzle comes out.
So well.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it is grey base, pink, and then Zenithal grey again, and then the contrast Imperial Fist yellow through the airbrush, and it looks freaking mint. Unfortunately, I've only got like a laptop thing. I should have some photos somewhere, but I wasn't prepared for tonight's podcast. I'm sorry. Next time we'll drop there. But there is one battle report up in the channel where I did this because I was very proud of it. Did some gratuitous army shots.
Do you need to do any other highlighting on that, or are you just doing some trims for and guns and stuff?
Trims and guns
for a standard Marine.
I haven't done it for any of the Terminators. I've done battle damage and stuff like that on it. But for any of them, there's almost no edge highlighting. That's how lazy it is. And I thought if I tried to edge highlight it, I think I'd ruin it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it would kill off the effect. And I'm not, Miniature Realms as far as painting skill. But it is so effective. And maybe I will put the video up because it is just unbelievably lazy and its effect is so good. So
that sounds good. Yeah, I need to play around with my This is the first time I did it on this guy. I don't know if it's the best version of it. I was just playing around with it, but I've seen other people do similar things. So yeah. To be honest, the biggest thing these are all the weird ideas that I struggle with the 40K, right? It's so funny. In terms of painting, it's the amount of fucking metal. Like, I'm not used to painting, like playing fantasy.
Beastmen.
Well, yeah, there's just, I've got Beastmen, I've got Orks, Tomb Kings. There's no metal. It's just, and then you get like Gazgul, right? And you look at him and you go, okay, his face is green. What the fuck do I do with the rest of him? Because he's all dark and bad. I struggle with that. Like, sometimes I've got to go, okay, is that like me walking around like every part of the miniature, like chipping away at it with like, metal on black, or do I like paint large amounts of even guns? Like, I'm not used to painting guns. Like, in terms of which parts, do you just do it all silver, or do you do bits silver, a little bit darker silver, and
Heaps of it's just black. Like the bolters mostly black, all that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you don't like painting trim and sort of, don't ever start a Chaos Space Marine army. That was the other thing that.
No, well, I did it
the first time I liked
fantasy and shot myself in the face with those corn jugger things and stuff. Yeah, you made a trim on them. Skull cannons.
Painting a Loyalist Space Marine next to a Chaos Space Marine. Like, Chaos Space Marine, you got all the trim, it got just random bits and skulls and feathers and tails and hooks and crap. And then there's just a Loyalist, he's got like a tassel of like a oath moment. Like, that was so easy. Oh my God. No wonder my mate who has a like massive Black Templars army, the Manu's got so big, he doesn't do anything on them. It's just like,
he's like, just Chaos Black undercoat. Yeah,
it's awesome.
That's funny. Yeah,
I'm taking him to a tournament. I'm taking him to a tournament this weekend.
Okay, so you are the fists.
Yeah, taking.
So you've done a whole 2,000 points. Then it's like full army.
Yeah,
obviously, because you played the bat rope. Yeah.
I don't have much more than 2,000 points. I was holding off for 11th edition box, so I knew that was around the corner, and it's all going to be Space Marine. So I got a friend of mine who is actually a good 40k player to write me an Imperial Fist list with the characters in it. We've got 2 named characters, and that's the only Imperial Fist stuff we got. So I effectively built that, and then I've made 1 or 2 minor tweaks to it and just bought a couple small things. But yeah, I'm taking it to a local tournament, which on the surface looks casual, but apparently the guy that runs it coaches Team New South Wales or something like that. So I think it could be a bit of a shark tank, but still looks fun. Bring a couple of the other guys from the Grimdark Bat Reps are going to come along. So Steve and Scott have been in heaps of them.
Cool.
So yeah, it's happening on Saturday. I'm probably going to go 0-3.
And is that local then? Obviously.
Yeah, Lambton.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, which is way better than having to ride to Sydney for that fantasy tournament.
Because I know they play a bunch out at. I mean, sorry if people listening don't know where this is, but yeah, like out at is it Beresfield? They play a bunch out there.
There's actually a pretty huge community of it. There's heaps of events going on between Maitland, Beresfield. I think there's even have like a big one at Madowie every now and again because big venues and stuff. There's quite a few events going on. Yeah. Which I don't get to with a job and kids and things like that. So I'm already in very deep debt with the wife ducking out on a Saturday all day. But it'll be effectively my first 40k tournament. Maybe a year and a half ago, I went to a teams one in Maitland because I got dragged along by a couple of my buddies. That was early 10th. So yeah, looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. It'll be a real test. But most of us we're just pushing around my yellow Marines and going, yes.
Yeah. Is it so standard sort of? It's 1 day. Is it like 3 games?
3 games. Yeah. I'm assuming because they just do win, loss, draw, and then probably straight to schedule, I guess. Okay. Unless they're doing some weird scoring system. Sometimes because I think he's pretty sure he's a coach of the teams that sometimes they do like WTC style scoring and stuff. I'm not sure.
I mean, the good thing about 40k in that regard, isn't it? It's all pretty much out of the book because that's what Games Workshop is because they keep it up to date. So you don't really go to tournament and get a different comp as such, do you?
No, the only thing you get is which they'll do a team scoring type thing, and there is a WTC like World Team Championship terrain layout.
Yeah.
And they've sort of done their own FAQ on the terrain as well, kind of like what City War Games do, just for some quality of life stuff. Because one of the big things is generally ground floor windows are closed. Because by Games Workshop rules, you can see it's like it's literally true line of sight kind of thing. Yeah. So if they're closed, infantry armies and melee armies can actually get up the board and not just
hide.
absolutely get obliterated. Whereas that's not in Games Workshop packs specifically and things like that. So they've done a few of those tweaks, which years ago when I was introduced to this by the guy that taught me the Imperial Fist list, it's like, wow, this is a heaps better. It's just, why weren't we doing this ages ago? So it's a big quality of life change on that side of things. But that's really widely known and really widely accepted. And I don't think Games Workshop blocks any of that sort of stuff from their events or anything like that, even at their
like for the rank. Okay, so you can make small tweaks like that and they don't care.
Pretty sure.
How so, like with the tournament, like you're basically just taking the list because you don't have, like, it's not like you've sat down and tried to meta out the list type thing.
No. So
not if you haven't played that much.
No, I wanted a list that felt like an Imperial Fist list. So it's got 17 Terminators in it, including the characters. Nice. It's got 10 of the Hammer and Shield Assault Terminators in it. The Thunder Hammer dudes. With Lysander, who's the character with the big Thunder Hammer. And I've got another unit of 5 Terminators and a Terminator Captain. It is unsubtle.
Wow. It's just all Terminators, basically.
I actually have a list that has like 24 Terminators in it, which I probably do. I finished painting them and do it in a bat rep, because that would be garbage at a tournament, but it would be a lot of fun to do a little bat rep with, I think. It'd just be very thematic.
Not that I know, why they would or wouldn't, but I mean, the Terminator is just so classic. Yeah, well, they're one of the things that, from as a kid, you go, that's, I wish I owned one of them, you know what I mean? Even though I never played 40K, but
Pretty much. Well, again, so one of the first things I bought when I was an adult getting back into 40K was a Land Raider. Because I couldn't afford it as a kid. I'm like, I'm getting that.
Oh,
so no, it's literally like it is. I got my mate to help me write it, and I said I want it to look and feel like a Fists army, but not be completely shit. So taking that number of Terminators, and I've got a few other choices in there that aren't full meta, but then there's some ubiquitous choices, like there's this HQ choice called a Combi Weapon Lieutenant, who is just in every list ever, because he's so good. He does all the jobs and things like that. So he's in there because you can't really have a Space Marine list without him, that kind of stuff like that.
So he's in every Space Marine list, not just. So this is where I get a little bit lost with Space Marines, and then you got the actual ones that have, like.
Vanilla Marines. Actually, I don't think they might even go Vanilla Marine. I don't know. I'm fairly new to loyalists. Don't quote me on everything, but so it's still it's a decent list, but it's not full tricked out meta. Like the top Space Marine list is not this at all. Yeah, right. It's just like, don't go completely without any tools. Take a few, and you still have your silly bits. Like, cool. So
that's awesome. What's I was gonna say, because with the 11th, obviously it's Orks and Space Marines, and we've chatted about like splitting boxes and whatever. Like, are you staying with? You would just be doing this for Imperial Fists then?
Yeah.
You're not starting you're not starting Blood Angels or anything. Yeah. Okay.
Those figure cases that I bring for games. It's that my entire Fist collection fits in that with heaps of space. So it's not a big collection. So I will definitely pick up the starter box and just throw it in there and get it all painted up, and that kind of thing. And as my collection grows, I'll still run them as Fists, but I'll probably just have them less derpy with Terminators or something. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Is
it all, what's it called? Primaris? Is it all Primaris size stuff, or?
It's all been upsized. There's, again, because so many of those firstborn Marines are getting moved to what's called Legacy, and also just the range is getting deleted or replaced. So I thought, I won't invest too heavily in that sort of stuff at this point in time. So it's just.
Is there stuff in Orks that I should know about with that? Because I mean, I knew some of those ones from from Space Marines, but I didn't actually even think of that. Like, how do you know what is going away or what has? Like, is that just on their websites? Like when you look at the legacy list?
Yeah, there'll be, if you go on the download section of the GW website, you'll have that.
It's like in
a lot of stuff that they go to legacy is Forge Worlds. Anything that was resin, that's all getting shifted. I'm not sure. I'm not
it's
too
things
close
like those
to
grot tank things and stuff. I think there's a bunch of old. Yeah.
There's so many. I've watched a few bat reps at Orks where they've just got like all the tanks in the world. They're like different go-kart looking things. I'm like, surely they can't all exist still.
So. One thing I haven't liked and is of the Ork range is I'm not a big fan of the. I don't mind. I like the idea of that speed freak stuff, but I don't like the look of the models that were there because they look just too just pulled out a 1970s car and stuff, and it looks a little bit like I'm playing with toys, even though I am playing with toys. So I'm not a big fan of that side of the Orks, but outside of that, love all their other stuff. It's pretty cool.
It's got to think Mad Max. Just trying to think Mad Max.
Yeah.
Well, and also so much of the old Ork stuff was you would literally loot a toy Tonka truck and it'd be a truck, and back in the 90s and stuff. Because it's like it's like not paying $1 billion for a lead truck. Just get a Tonka and stick bits on it. So
that's cool. Yeah, no, I do like the there's going to be a lot to there's some big models, and I love the Stomper, but I know it hasn't ever been, well, by the sound of it, has not been massively competitive, but it just looks cool.
At
some point I might
absolute paperweight. This is the Titan thing for the town. Like, that looks too cool, and it is garbage, but it is so much cool. Yeah, it gets played like twice a year because eventually it stares at me from the cupboard. I'm like, all right, you're coming out.
Is it garbage? Is it like fantasy? Is it like it just gets deleted, or it doesn't just do anything?
It's just too expensive for what it does. It's got some limitations and that kind of stuff like that. It's big cannon. Will destroy a planet, but it's kind of got one shot. So if you roll that one, you go yes, and then they roll up a 4+ invulnerable save. Like, good.
That's good. Awesome. How to spend the points.
There goes 800 points. So it's just he can demolish stuff, but he's just so big and hard to move around, and 40k is so killy.
Yeah, as well. That's what I've always heard. The amount of rerolls, and it's almost like it feels a bit chessy, like you're almost taking unit off, take a unit off. Well, you know what I mean? Like that sort of. Yeah, it's a lot more trade, isn't it? Game.
It is definitely about the trades. Yeah. You want to be trading up the whole time, and that kind of stuff. Again, I'm still just like pushing dollies around the table. That's probably what I'd do. But
it's nice to at least sometimes know what you're supposed to be doing, though.
Definitely. If you want a tactical assessment, we'll get someone else on the channel. they can give you some tournament advice. I'll talk to Arian. Actually, no, one of the guys in our gaming group, he's one of the other doctors. He's quite a good Ork player. I think he's used to Team New South Wales and stuff like that as well. So get him on. Then we can your first 1,000-point list. We'll get him to critique it. We'll get him to be mean. Just what is this? This is shit.
That's the thing. I mean, I don't know. And this is I don't know. Like, on one hand, I want to do that and then play some games, like you're saying, because it isn't 11th isn't changing. Like, the codexes are staying valid until they replace them. But then I always go, am I playing it for 10th though? Do I even bother playing a 10th? But I guess, like you're saying, it's not going to change hugely. Although by looking at some of those, I actually like what they're doing with some of these rules. Like, let's just quickly talk about that before we wrap up, because we're only going to do these 30, 40 minutes. But of the rule stuff that's got leaked, announced, have you liked what you've seen, given what
generally So one of my big disappointments with 10th was just how the bit of lack of flavor that happened. Like, you couldn't do, like, it's a 5-man unit or it's a 10-man unit. When you've got 20 points left over, you can't just go, I'll stick a 6-person or something in there, right? So looks like some of that's coming back. Some of the looks like there might be terrain might have a bit more flavor.
Sorry, can I just stop you there? Is that coming back, or is that enhancement thing?
You can do it onto units and stuff like that. I don't think
so. That's giving you that little play. You're not paying per model still, though.
No, I don't think.
right? Or did they say that?
No, they didn't say that, but it's just that you lost all of that stuff. It became very not cookie cutter fully, but so there's a bit sounds like there's going to be a bit more flavor, which is good, which I'm excited about. Yes. And then terrain as well. The big rumor is it's just currently basically universally +1 to your arm save. But now I think it's going to be flipping to -1 to hit is the big one, which is actually way more effective, I think.
That's going to just, I'll think that's normal when I play it. I'll go, isn't that what you do? That's
so easy for you to transfer up.
Yeah, but now having said that, the other terrain thing is hopefully you might not see as many L shapes hanging around. Is that right? Like if they start doing objectives of different types of terrain, or you reckon?
I think L shapes. I think you're probably going too far. I think L shapes are going to be around. I heard a podcast talk about these fixed shapes for the objectives, maybe even end up being more restrictive than the circles. You're always going to have that square and that rectangle or something. But anyway, I still think I'm trying to be positive, trying to be hopeful. I'm hoping they're just going to have some flavor because it just invalidated heaps of other really cool terrain that you had in 40K.
You don't
crash
see
ships and landing pads and all that kind of stuff.
Jungle fighting, you don't see like any of it. It's just
forests and stuff like that. You jazz up the board and you're on a catachan planet or something like that. Or even the Tyranid invasion planets, they've got the big spiky bits. All this stuff looks sick as, but now it's like, it's not an L-shaped ruin.
It does, like the boards look very, I don't know, they just don't look as good as they could given the massive, I mean, it's undeniable that 40K has by far the best narrative storyline. I mean, I joined 30K into that as well. I mean, it's by far some of the most rich fantasy element that's ever been made, and then the game at the moment versus where it was seems a bit cool. I mean, I know why, because it's tournament focused a bit in some sense, but I'm liking what I'm hearing where they're saying we're going to bring in this narrative bit by how you pick your army and you can choose one of those 5 type of things, I can't remember, and then depending on who you're playing, that gives you a different set of objectives as well. Like
that got quite confusing to me.
I don't know the specifics. I can't even describe it right because I don't even know the right terms. But it sounded pretty cool that it was.
Yes, it did. It was a bit silly having like a Khorne Berserker not go kill that thing over there because he has to go cleanse an objective.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. It's nice, a bit of a refresh, as always. I've tried to send you, we may edit out this later, a Google link because I did find a photo of my Imperial Fist in the middle of a biff, and that's about it. But it's not a great shot.
Yeah. Can I zoom in a little bit more? Oh, yeah. Anyway, that's cool. Oh, yeah. So hang on, we got this up finally. Sorry. So this is all the Terminators. Oh, and a bit of snow base.
Yeah.
And the white.
And we got Lysander in the middle.
Is that guy there with the or this one?
No, the red cloak.
Okay.
That's a rocket. That's a rocket launcher on that one.
I was going to say, what is that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This these are Nurgle Terminators fighting against more Nurgle Terminators and a Nurgle Dreadnought. So it was like that sick.
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
yeah.
And again, you can see no edge highlights and stuff like that. Not the best shot of him. I'll do some proper shots to share next time we go online. But otherwise,
so that is just straight. So that darkness there's coming from. There's no wash on that. That's just the airbrush. Yeah, cool. So it's just where you've ended up with that pink coming through. Yeah.
And that's where I've been having to toy with how much Zenithal.
Yeah, because you don't want to wipe it out, or you want to wipe the right amount out. Yeah.
And then otherwise, some of them look really orange, not yellow enough because I've not done enough. Yeah. So it's just getting the balance right and a bit of a tinker.
So it's interesting because on 30K's side, I did this is what I do, right? I then buy it. Like 30K came out, and I went, this is cool. I got to get into this, and then I bought a bunch of Space Marines, obviously, because it's 30K. And was going to do, and all I did was paint one Sons of Horus guy, but that was with contrast. And now with airbrush, I'm like, nah, I think I just want to airbrush the whole bloody thing. So I want to come up with a similar way to make, and it's a bit different. Obviously, yellow is different to that.
It's going to be a lot harder to airbrush an entire Ork army.
Oh yeah, no, I won't with that. I'm just going to do what I'm doing, man. That's fine. The contrast works fine. I'm happy with it, and given the amount of like if I can get over my stupidity worry of painting lots of metal and or black, I can make it really quick.
Yes.
Like once you get into like mega noms and all that, like it's probably not as bad. And a truck, it's crazy, but at the end of the day, it's not like it's 50 colors. So so it should be okay. Contrast does a lot for you.
That's the best. I can't believe I painted other stuff anymore. I just try and find ways to put more contrast on.
That's good.
Cool. I think that's what you for the first episode. We're 40 odd minutes in. Not too much more to talk about. I think we've got
that's
cool. I think
I will just try to get 1,000 points on paper and then see where I'm going for next week or the week after, wherever it is, and see where I got to. Yeah,
I think it'd be good. I'd be keen to do that in the medium term future. I've got to carve out some time, school holidays and study and work. It's hard to get that sort of stuff. So
yeah. Oh, you mean for a game or for doing more hobby or both?
All of those things. I mean,
and at the same time, I've got too many old world shit to paint and do as well. So it's always fun. True. But this is good. This is not like my primary focus, but it's cool to have a reason to get them out and start painting. So hopefully people do watch. Cam's obviously putting lots of videos up here when he gets time. But hopefully people enjoyed that and follow along and leave us some comments. And I guess
might try and do
1,000-point lists.
Yes, good. I might try and do a bat rep of the tournament on the weekend if it's not too noisy.
Cool. Excellent.
See how my opponent feels.
That'd be good.
I'm assuming my games are going to be pretty quick.
It's so good. Like, I know you did it on the fantasy one the other day, and you're already there. It's convenient, isn't it? You just get it done. So I should do it more as well. I used to like picture to them, but the way you did it the other day, I'm like, people wouldn't care, especially the people we know in fantasy. Like when I'm playing Old World, they wouldn't care. So hopefully,
I'll try the different settings on the microphone as well. I'll turn it down a bit.
Yeah, crank it. Yeah, you got to crank the dB right down, probably. Yeah,
I think so.
Or up, no down, but further down the negatives. Yeah. Cool, Cam. Thanks for that, mate. And I'll see you next week.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.